Hi everyone and welcome to today's video. Today we are going to be testing out and reviewing the new L'Oreal True Match Eye Cream in a Concealer. They retail for $14.99, so $15 US each, and it comes in 14 different shades. I have two of the shades right here. This one is Neutral 5.6 and Warm 5.6. Has a shelf life of 6 months. You get 0.4 fluid ounces worth of product, which is, it's a reasonable amount. It's not excessively small like some of the other high-end concealers that I have. It's a reasonable amount. So this is supposed to provide us with 24 hours of hydration. It also includes hyaluronic acid, and it is fragrance-free, paraben-free, and non-comedogenic, so it's not going to clog the pores. As far as how to use it, you're just supposed to dab around the eye area and gently smooth with fingers, brush, or sponge to blend into skin. Pretty simple. So I'm going to swatch these for you guys just so that you have a better idea of what this looks like. This is supposed to instantly cover dark circles. So that's N56. This is W56. This is supposed to be neutral, but it looks a little bit more yellow to me. So I am going to be testing this concealer out with and without a color corrector underneath. Since this is more of a hydrating formula, I don't think I'm going to use my Becca Under Eye Brightening Corrector. I know, shocker. Let me grab a different one. I'm going to be using my Bobbi Brown corrector instead. This one is in the shade Peach. It looks like that. It's just not as tacky and hydrating as my Becca Under Eye Brightening Corrector. Don't want to use that and then cause this to just look horrible underneath the eyes because I'm providing the under eye area with too much moisture, you know? So gonna use this instead. This one, it does have a creamy consistency, but if you apply a very light, thin layer, you don't really run into any issues with this one, and it definitely packs a punch when it comes to pigment. So, all right, so I'm gonna grab a little bit of the corrector. Again, this is in Peach, and I'm gonna be applying it only to the right side. All right, so there it is. Let me apply foundation onto the entire face and I'll be right back in order to conceal. All right, I am back. Foundation is on. Let's get to concealing. I'm going to be applying this with a brush. So I'm just gonna take a little bit of the concealer, place it on the back of my hand, and then grab it with my brush and then place that underneath the eyes. This does feel pretty liquidy and thin. Just taking some of that with my Deluxe Crease Brush. This is from Real Techniques. I'm gonna start over here on the right side. Bring it all the way to the inner corner. I'm just gonna grab a little bit more and concentrate more of the concealer here along the darkest area. All right, so there's the concealer with the corrector. I feel like we are getting really nice coverage, and I didn't have to use a whole lot, but the corrector did take care of a lot of the darkness. So let's see what it looks like over here. I did end up using pretty much that entire dot. So I'm gonna do another dot for the left side. All right, so now let's work on this side. All right, so this is the entire dot over here on the left side. I am tempted to apply a little bit more, so I did another little dot onto the back of my hand, and I'm gonna try to build up the coverage over here just a little bit. I don't wanna go too heavy with this because since it is so thin, it does feel like it's going to settle underneath the eyes. In fact, I think it already is settling underneath into my fine lines. So I don't want to apply too much, but I also don't want to apply practically nothing and get no coverage, you know? All right, so there's that. I feel like I'm getting similar amount of coverage, maybe a little bit more over here for obvious reasons, right? We used a color corrector underneath it, so that's definitely going to help. Now let's set this. The website doesn't say anything about setting it or having to set it, but like I said, I'm already noticing that it is settling into my fine lines, and I already smudged it right here, so let's not do that. All right, so we're gonna set this in place. I'm using my Fenty Pro Filter Loose Setting Powder in the shade Butter. I'll use that, or I also use my Pat McGrath Labs Under Eye, like the blurring powder. I really like both of those. So I'm just gonna take the Fenty one today and lightly set the under eye area. I don't wanna set it too heavy because when I do set it heavy, that tends to look a little dry. But lightly setting it should help with the settling that I'm seeing in between the fine lines. All right, so there it is, set, ready to go. Let me zoom you guys in so that you can get a better look underneath the eyes after initial application. All right, so this is the under eye area as of right now. Not getting the best coverage, that is for sure. And you know, I don't know, I'm not a huge fan of the way that it's looking right now. It's not looking horrible. I don't want to wash it off just yet. But it's just, yeah, I don't know. I don't know how I feel about this one. Usually I'm pretty good first thing, but with this one, I'm just, I don't know. All right, so that's the current situation underneath the eyes. Let me finish the rest of my makeup and I will be right back. All right, so I'm back, makeup is done. I'm ready to continue on with my day. It is currently 10:54. So I will come back in about 4 hours. So what is that, like around 3 o'clock? And I'm gonna be doing a natural lighting midday check-in so that you can see the under eye area in natural lighting, and that way you can get a better idea of what this looks like in person, up close and personal. So I will see you guys back here in a few hours for my midday check-in. Okay, so I am back for my midday check-in. I'm standing in front of my window with the blinds pulled so that you can get a better look underneath the eye area, which, girl, I just looked at myself and I'm like, wow, look at this. Holy it just looks so bad. It looks so bad underneath the eyes. It is currently, what time is it? Let's see, will it turn on? 2:35. 2:35, so I've had this on for almost 4 hours, and I've been trying to avoid mirrors because I didn't want to see what it looked like before my midday check-in, and my God, it looks horrible. It looks so bad. All right, so I've got my trusty little deluxe crease brush. I'm gonna try to blend this out a little bit because it looks so bad. And I'm doing it very, very lightly because I don't want to rub away, you know, everything underneath. I don't want to get rid of the coverage completely. Let me do this side now. So that helped, but now I don't have as much coverage as I did before, but at least it doesn't look, I mean, it still looks pretty bad, but it doesn't look as bad as it was like a couple minutes ago, you know? So I will continue to wear this, and yeah, we'll see what it looks like at the end of the day. So I'll wear this for about another 4 hours or so, like 4.5, something like that. And yeah, I'll see you guys back in the makeup room in a few more hours for my final check-in. Okay, so now I am back for my final check-in. It is currently 6:58, so that means I've had this concealer on for 8 hours, an entire day of wearing it. And yeah, I can definitely get into what I think about this concealer, but before I do that, let me zoom you guys in one last time so that you can get a better look underneath the eyes after 8 hours of wear. All right, so here's the under eye area, and as you can clearly see, there's no coverage. Everything's just gone. Everything vanished throughout the day. So yeah, I'm left with very little, if any, coverage. Not even the corrector could save this one. All right, so there you have it. That is the under eye area, and I'm sure you can probably guess that I do not like this concealer at all. I am steering clear of this one going forward. It just did not wear well whatsoever. It's separated, it's settled, it just looks awful. It looked awful 3.5 hours in. Now that I'm 8 hours in, there's pretty much nothing left underneath the eyes, so it's very, very minimal amount of coverage. It's like I'm wearing nothing practically, so it's just, for me, it's kind of pointless. You know, it doesn't provide the amount of coverage that I was expecting, especially because in the packaging it does, you know, focus a lot on instantly covering up dark circles, which is great. However, I don't feel like I ever really got that amount of coverage, like enough to instantly get rid of my dark circles. Like it just didn't, which I'm fine with. I'm fine with medium coverage concealers. Sometimes like I prefer them, especially if it's just gonna be a light makeup kind of day, just because I feel like it brightens up the under eye area a little bit, doesn't provide complete coverage, but it makes me look a little bit more awake and put together. So I don't mind medium coverage concealers. However, if that medium coverage concealer, light to medium coverage concealer is not going to stay in place, if it's just gonna move around and by the end of the day, it's gonna look like I have nothing on, then forget it, you know, forget it. Also, it's $15, so it's kind of up there in the price, especially for a drugstore brand. Now, I'm assuming that the cost is due to the eye cream ingredients that they've put in this, but you know, I'm not gonna reap the benefits of the eye cream ingredients when the concealer wears horribly for me the entire day and I just don't even want to touch it, you know? So for those reasons, it's a no. It's a definite no from me. So that completes today's video. Thank you guys so much for watching. I truly hope that you enjoyed this product review and that you found it helpful. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel so that you don't miss out on future videos. And also don't forget to follow me over on Instagram, where I absolutely love to interact with you guys. As always, take care and I will see you all in my next video. Mwah! Bye.